Very good.
Yeah. First, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Michael Kennedy. I've been living in Powell River for almost 2 years now. I was originally born in New York, so I'm an American and a Canadian. I'm half and half. I grew up as a child in England, so my original accent was a British accent, but now I use a North American one. I've lived many places around the world, including France and Mexico and California. Now I'm very happy to be here in beautiful Powell River teaching English at Camber College.
That's cool. If you have any special method or any tip for studying English for ESS students, please let us know.
Yeah, so English is a very rich language. We have over 1 million words in the English language, so I always try and get students to learn a lot of different vocabulary so that they have different ways of expressing their ideas, their interests, all these kinds of things. And I also really like to get students to try and read, although it's difficult. Reading is probably the most important skill for becoming very good at a language. Most of the students, in my experience, they like speaking, although even that can be sometimes hard to get them to speak. So I do try and make the students get to know everyone in the classroom. They usually become good friends, and in that way they open up and they're a little bit better at, speaking. And then I give reading assignment for homework sometimes. I also like to get them to do some writing. So I'm a very balanced teacher. I think it's very important that you focus on all the skills, and also that you always remind yourself of how things work, constantly go over again and again and again until you're perfect.
Yeah, right. That's good. Which class are you teaching? Could you explain a little bit, please?
Sure. So I actually am teaching a few different classes at Camber College here. The first class I teach in the morning is an academic class, and it's pretty standard. We do a little bit of everything, a little listening, speaking, reading, writing, learning vocabulary for common situations, like if you're traveling and ordering food and all these kinds of basic things. We also do a fair amount of grammar, verb tenses, prepositions, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of, as we would say, the more nuts and bolts class. The next class I teach is a more advanced listening and speaking class, which is a higher level class focusing on listening and speaking and different skills we use to make sure that people can understand us. So we work on intonation, stress timing, all those little elements that make your speaking really, really good. And also we work on a lot of practice listening, especially listening to native speakers. And then the other classes I teach English through song class. Because I'm a musician, I play guitar, so every class I choose a different song, and I usually try and choose a song that's very story related. So it's not very repetitive. It's one where they'll learn a lot of words, but then they also sing along after we've kind of gone through the song and understand what it's about and how it works. So they also get some practice singing, which a lot of them enjoy. And then I teach an English through drama class because I'm an actor and I've been teaching acting for many years. So it's a great way to learn a foreign language. It's very challenging. Acting in your own language is difficult. Acting in a foreign language can be very difficult, but also very rewarding. And a lot of students really enjoy it because it's very different. We don't use a textbook. We will act out scenes from movies or TV shows or plays, or sometimes we just create scenes. We do improvisational work. So those are the main courses that I'm teaching here right now. Yeah.
Tell us something about the highlights of being in Powell River.
Well, Powell River is a smaller town. It's not, we've only got about 13,000 people here. So it's not tiny, but it's definitely not huge. And the number one thing about Powell River, of course, is the nature, because we are lucky enough to be in a beautiful spot on the Sunshine Coast. So we have 32 lakes that you can get to quite easily. So if you like water, this is a great place to be. We are surrounded by a huge forest. We have mountains, we have the ocean. We're also not too far from Vancouver and Victoria. We have a ski mountain that's not too far away. So there's a lot of great fun stuff to do outdoors. But surprisingly, we also have a number of good restaurants. We've got some international restaurants here. So, and there's pubs and live music and a lot of artists. A lot of my friends here are professional artists. So it's a really interesting mix of people. You have artistic people, and then you have also people who, cut down trees for a living. So I really like the diversity of the population.
Wow, Thanks so much for the interview.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Yeah, no
It was
worries.
really good.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.